How's it going, beautiful beings? So, I don't want to feel like I be neglecting my channel, but I'm definitely not posting on my regular channel for a while. And I got paneer and rice. But this is gonna be coming from spirit. I feel sorry for the people who have to manipulate other people to be successful. You know, I was looking at this lady say, quit trying to compare yourself to people who are fraud, scams. People who scam people. This don't look nothing like the picture. The picture was red, vibrant, and oily. This a whole sauce. And she was saying, quit trying to live a life compared to people who did nothing but con and scam people, right? And don't buy garlic naan. If you go to a Indian restaurant, don't buy it. I'm gonna explain why. Back in the day, a piece of naan was $1.99. It's just one piece of bread. It only cost them 20 cents to make it, right? So naan used to be $1.99, and you used to be able to get garlic naan for $2.99. One day I was at a high class Indian restaurant, and they served me garlic naan, but it didn't have the cilantro on there. It didn't have no garlic on it. And I paid $4.99 for it. So I don't buy it no more. Why are you charging so much money for a piece of bread that they used to get to you for free? They used to give you a piece of bread and rice for free. Ain't that much recession, ain't that much tariff in the world. The soul food people still giving you cornbread and a roll with your chicken. Green chutney good. Well, I call it chutney, but it's a mint sauce. But this is what I wanted to say though. So right now, we're in a situation where you just gotta stay out the way. Stay out the way. Because if you don't stay out the way, you're gonna get caught in the crosshairs. You gotta stay vigilant. You gotta stay aware. And you just gotta stay out the way. No politics, no nothing. And as much as you want to grow, as much as you want to have, I got $50,000 to $100,000 worth of product. I mean wholesale. Crystals, jewelry, tarot cards. Man, I got boxes of tarot cards for days. Just walked away. Crystals, jewelry, incense, sage, oils, herbs. Just walked away. Because once you learn what you're looking for, your practices, you just gotta work out this survival mode. Being caught in the crosshairs. Let's talk about being caught in the crosshairs. You minding your own business. You ain't trying to save humanity. Do you know The nanoparticles, the technology, the firmware, the technology in these people. They don't even know they're doing it. You could be minding your business, woke up happy, feeling like you're in a spaceship. No worries, no struggles. Just random person, you riding down the road, speed limit 60, you going 62. Somebody will come around you, you ain't blocking traffic or nothing, and just slam on brakes. That's hive mind at its finest. Y'all may call it targeted individual, but it's deeper than that. Whatever is feeding off of you, whatever is feeding off of you, loose feeding, whatever is studying you, it's there to trigger you. You ever seen people who just seem like they ain't got enough protection to keep things up off of them? They seem janky. Well, you could be minding your own business, ain't hurting nobody, ain't harming nobody. Just stand to yourself in the shadows. They will let you know you can't run, you can't hide. We'll destroy your day and your energy when we want to. Because see, the more you're at peace and in love and you're not in survival mode, right? You're not in survival mode. You're not around here stressed out. What happens is they have to put you back in that frequency. Because if you be in that love and light frequency, don't get it twisted. Love and light frequency does not mean that you will not protect yourself. You will not kick ass. You're going to do all of that. You're going to do all of that. So you're in a frequency where you can actually tap into your source energy. And when they see you minding your own business, you ain't answering the phone, you ain't talking to nobody. You just minding your own business. You focus. You're going to sleep. Your body repairing itself. Your body is detoxing. But they're going to send that energy to you. That energy is going to come in the form of unannounced things. They do it all the time. They do it all the time. But you ain't trying to save nobody. You ain't trying to do nothing. Now, don't get me wrong. You don't want to isolate yourself to the point where you just become a study. They triangulate you by your frequency. Everybody has nanoparticles in them. Everybody has radio wave frequencies. Everybody. And they study you. They study your frequency. They study your dreams. They study who you talk to. You could have a man or a woman call you, or a girl or a boy, a teenager, whatever, call you. If your heart flutter, if your temperature rise, if you spike, you could be watching a sexy person you think sexy on social media. If your heart flutter, if your temperature spike, if you have some type of trauma bond connection with this person, they taking notes. They're going to use all that against you. It piggybacks through your cell phone and goes to the cell phone tower. Your brain waves, your heart waves. Right now, with your cellular structure, they probably have piggybacked 50 radio wave frequencies off you. Say it again. They have probably piggybacked 50 radio wave frequencies off of you. Mm. So they might have piggyback 50 radio wave frequencies off you. And you got to just pay attention. Putting the device in front of you, putting up the cell phone towers is the drug. It's the poison. It's the blessing and the curse all at once. See, one thing about you, your energy is time. So since your energy is time, your energy is money, you have skills, you have trades, you have everything you could do right to make money. But you're wondering why your residual income not working, right? How it got cut off. How motherfuckers hating on you. Listen, I'm playing spades. And I got the picture with the purple hair. So I play solo spades. And in solo spades, every man for themselves. And I could be behind. I could be like negative 30 points. And everybody will be like 50 points, 60 points, 70 points. This one guy would give that person a book, not bagging them. Bagging meaning you want them to keep getting so many books to the point they get set back, okay? You get penalized for doubling your books. Well, anyway, I'm in the hole. 500-point game. I'm in the hole. The dude, give her the book, cut my book. We give her the book, cut my book. We all solo. They don't know each other. You usually help the person who in the hole because they're no threat. So when you're dealing with people that's in the hole, think about it. When you're dealing with people in the hole, but you still got your foot on their neck, there must be some real powerful people. His challenges, it was one person with 70 points. He only had 50 points. The other person had between 30 and 40 points. You're helping the people who are beating you. And you got your foot on the neck of the person who in the hole. How is that adding up? That's your best friend until they get neck and neck with you. Solo is a cutthroat game. It should be called cutthroat, not solo. So I'm reflecting on this with real life. I'm reflecting on this with real life. And I said, I be in the same situation. Here I am in a friendly card game. And I'm seeing the psychological warfare embedded in these people's DNA. Like they were no longer playing, and the people who control the nanoparticles in the cell phone frequency started playing for them. Like they had no control of their own free will no more. How I'm in the hole and every man for themselves, but I'm the threat. You supposed to skip that person and feed me the books. I'm in the hole. It's going to take me 2 or 3 games to catch up to you. Let me tell you something, honey. Let me tell you how that works. Once I seen it was 3 against 1, I got the screenshot. I came back and whooped ass. Got them 500 points. Got my credits and whooped ass. Sure did. Because I had purple hair and my photo looked light skinned. You know, I'm probably lighter than a lot of people, but there's a lot of yellow bone people out there. This dude just had it out for me like a bull with a red cloth. Like he didn't know he had other people on the table. He only knew give them the book, set this person. Give them the book, set this person. Now why would they do that? Why would they give the book every man for themselves? If you don't win, you don't win. You don't have no partner. So why would they give them the book, set me? Give them the book, set me. That's what you call mental warfare. The man probably don't even know he was doing it. Psychological mental warfare. Like, we in a world where everybody's struggling. I don't care if you got $50,000 in the bank, $100,000 in the bank, millions. They struggling. None of these people want to be around their equivalent. All these people got do boys and do girls. Let a dude be celebrating. He don't want people around him that got it going on. He want a do boy, a do girl around him. I ain't lying. That's how they do. So we dealing with some real psychological stuff. When you minding your own business, all you doing is paying your bills and minding your own business. And just out the blue conflict come. You too balanced, you too at peace. And when you're too balanced and you're too at peace, things change. A lot of noise, a lot of interference. A lot of noise, a lot of interference. And then weird things, like people staring at you like you some celebrity or something. Like, I see it all the time. I'm like, who they looking at? What's going on? You know how you just be minding your own business? I ain't never seen nothing like it. They're admiring the fact that they're part of a system that can read your thoughts and programs and your dreams. Like you have no privacy. Everything you visualize, everything you see, they could see it. Unless there's a bandwidth or frequency that they can't tap into. But you got computers and programs that can decrypt it, that can decrypt that frequency and start fine-tuning it to project what you're doing. I'll never forget that time I turned my cell phones off. I didn't talk to nobody. 24 hours. A channeler literally started looking through my eyes. I just out the blue said, who is this lady? Who is this lady? I kept saying that. And they was letting me know, okay, we can't use the technology, but we will find a channeler. Y'all better protect y'all psyche. They was letting me know we will use a channeler. We will use a priestess. We will use psychological human telepathy to see where you're at. But they doing me a favor. Let me tell you why. Their response is too fast. Instead of them letting me live my life and mind my business, I had to deal with the interference instantaneously. So in that process, it's a fear tactic more than anything. It's a fear tactic more than anything. And then when you start talking to people to catch up, or even a family member, and when you talking, it's like they can't stop their life. They could just be watching TV or smoking a blunt. They cannot stop their life to hear a single word coming out of your mouth. That's what you call distortion. And then don't be around people who want advice about what they should eat today. Oh, you want advice? Should you eat soup or should you go into Denny's and eat food? I said, whatever your budget is, whatever you desire, I can't choose for you. Right? But then they say, how many states you lived in? So you start naming states that you done lived in. And so they mention Texas. They want to move to Texas. Yeah, I'm going to get my business up and running and I'm going to move to Texas. I said, oh, okay. I said, you'll be better off buying a house in the city, in the state you're in, and starting your business there. I said, Texas is overrated with trucking. You got too much competition because of the border. Oh, no. I ain't going to do my business there. I'm just going to buy my house there. Got an attitude with me. Straight attitude. That wasn't it. I'm just giving you the gist. Got an attitude with me. Couldn't call this person no more. But let me tell you something. This went from a person asking me, what should they eat? And then when it came down to talking about business and moves and livelihood, all I said was, look, you at the border. Texas is polluted with trucks. The state you in is cheaper, more efficient, and you could get up off the ground a lot quicker. And you could buy land a lot quicker. Oh, no. I ain't gonna have my business where I lay. I say, but you just starting out. You're an owner-operator. Maybe you should do business where you're gonna live. So now you sound extra stupid because you want to live in Texas, but you don't want your business in Texas. Your home alone is a write-off. Your office alone is a write-off. I had to just block them. This person voluntarily said, hey, what should I eat today? Should I eat soup and stay in my truck? Or should I go into Denny's? I said, do what you want to do. Do what your budget is. Do what your comfort is. I can't tell you what to go eat. You know what I mean? But then when they said, I want to move to Texas and buy a house and start my business, all hell broke loose. I didn't say nothing. I just said, what you mean you're going to buy a house in Texas, but you ain't going to start your trucking company there? That don't add up. Your trucks and trailers need to be where your house at, in the same city. Otherwise, you will get robbed. Your tires and stuff will get stolen. Your truck will get stolen and vandalized. So, the person just went ham. I said, well, I'm over these people who want advice. It was another guy called me for 3 months. Wanted all this advice. Wanted advice about cooking, women, and everything. One day I was just saying something about there's like 40% of black guys that go through this issue. And all heck broke loose. He started saying, who you talking to? I didn't say you. I said 40% go through it. Y'all be careful about being in peace, minding your business. And all they got to do is sit in that frequency. And that person your enemy and don't even know what they said. It's just a frequency. That same person that was lovey-dovey for 2 days become your worst nightmare instantly. Let me say that a little bit. Not only that, I got my food for tomorrow. Not only that, I tell people, you sitting around here being governed and controlled for your land, your rights, your privileges. If you knew that there was a race for space and what that truly meant, half of the stuff you wouldn't do. It's different levels. You got the patriarchal society, the people who conquered the women, and the matriarchs. Study nature. There's a lot of matriarchal societies where the man can't even survive unless a woman is present. And not just one woman, a clan, a covenant. Say it again, Revere Sky. There's too many species, mammal species out there, where a man cannot survive without a covenant of women, a clan, a matriarchal society. And if that man can't pull his weight, he ain't even allowed in the kingdom. He ain't even allowed in the tribe. A lot of people sold their soul for food stamps. Yeah, they sold their soul for food stamps and TANF. Sold their soul for food stamps. Very cheap uh, way of going. Nothing ain't wrong with survival. I've had them before. My family members have had them before. Nothing's wrong with survival. But once you get your foothold, time to let it go. How can you live for years letting the person govern how much money you can have in your bank account? Can't have nothing extra left over. Can't have no rainy day money, no emergency funds, nothing. Barely can have any assets. Watch out. So, it's so much I want to say about being in the crosshairs. Right now is a time you do not want to be in the crosshairs. You want to be out the way. But there's so many handlers that's studying us. There's so many programs we're in. Every time we sign them agreements on our phone, they got us in secret programs. And I'm telling you, them nanoparticles, they're assimilated. Them nanoparticles have assimilated. They don't even know they wired. They don't even know they got the frequency. They don't even know what the voice of God is. They don't know anything. They just know one moment they're fine, and the next moment they're on a mission. And they probably can't even remember that mission later. Straight up. Straight up. They probably can't even remember that mission later. My last video on my other channel, I was talking about divorce rate. First, you got the TV programming you about a divorce. Then you got all the billboards trying to show you this. When I say billboards, I always say billboards. You got all these billboards trying to trick you into another lifestyle. Something against your morals, right? So then you got all this stuff trying to sell you something, propaganda, right? And the divorce rate is so high. And like the fact that you can even think about it after you made an oath unto your God. That's your God, whoever that is, right? You made this oath, you made this bond, and then all of a sudden, things change. You got a glistle, a sparkle from somewhere else, and all of a sudden, things change. All of a sudden, you're not willing to commit. And then everything hunky-dory outside in the public, but in the home is toxic. You get what I'm saying? There's a person right now who called me every day to explain about children, wife, family, husband. What can we say? It's hunky-dory, and then it's not. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot going on, y'all. And I'm going to tell you something. Bobby Hemming said something very important. Sometimes being asleep is your protection. Because once you wake up and that signal, that beacon of light starts showing and pronouncing who or what you are, your entity, who you are holistically from source, you're going to be dealing with a lot of shady things. Okay? A lot of shady things. Once that frequency cut on, that's it. They're trying to put that light out. They're trying to put that beacon out. They're trying to put that lighthouse out. They don't care if they have to drain you of your blood like Aaliyah. That way. They don't care if they have to do... It's so many programs. It's over 100 programs. It's your engagement in life. That's how you go to the doctor and you allow them to shoot you up with everything. Them cocktails, those are your experiments. Then they're going to put you on the cell phone frequency and the radio waves and see what monster they can create. So it just depends on, that's just like you want to go eat Burger King, McDonald's, or something that's processed. You don't want no homemade food. You're on a certain program. You're on a certain regimen. You're on a certain frequency. And they're going to use that cell phone to retrieve that data from your cellular structure. And remember, this is hypothetically, theoretically, allegedly. Okay? But open your mind up. Open your mind up. Expound your reality. Expound your reality. I know one thing, you can mind your own business and that's not enough. You can mind your own business and that's not enough. You got people who are programmed to destroy all that mind their own business. And remember, the frequencies will trigger you to do things you didn't know you could do. Let me tell you something. You could be in a friendly debate, friendly argument, but somehow it went from 0 to 100. And now all of a sudden your eye glitching, your lip twitching, and you're ready to strike. But this person didn't say nothing to that degree to offend you to that level. How do you think you went from 0 to 100 that fast? The weapon. Hold on one second. The weapon. The weapon. It sent you from 0 to 100. This person didn't say nothing to insult you to a degree to the point where you would defile yourself or anybody else. But once that spark ignite, that temperament, just a little bit, they ping it and spike it. And now you're in an uncontrollable spaz and you don't even know why it happened. How you just lost a friend through a friendly debate. I see it happen all the time. Just like I was watching this one person snap. I said, you know what? You know what type of guy that is? That's the type of guy who got so much respect and honor for the guys in the room. But because he feels disrespected, and everybody might be laughing at him, right? Everybody might be laughing at him, but guess what? Because he feels disrespected, he gonna go slap a girl in the room. He not gonna slap none of the men. He gonna go slap a girl in the room. Like everybody laughing. But he not gonna do that. He not just gonna cool off, walk away. He not gonna slap one of the dudes. He gonna slap a female. And it ain't gonna be any female. It's gonna be a female that he don't know no association or ties to anybody in that room. Now, how can you just see a person energy and you know off rip they'll slap a female in the room? You don't think that's weird? That a person could just see a person spazzing out, everybody laughing at me, you being disrespectful. Like, what is that exactly? What is that exactly? That is your psyche. A guy called me the other day and said, you know something? Whenever you say something, why it seem like it's happening? And I'm going to tell you, it could freak me out too. It could freak me out too. So when you have like intrusive thoughts or things are repeated over and over and over like you're stuck in a loop or something, it can freak me out too because you want to get in defense mode. You want to get in awareness. You want to feel like you can't go to sleep at night. You want to feel like you need bars up on your windows or your doors. Which, in fact, right now you do. I think about all these beautiful places, homes, and they're making it so open. But we're in a recession where people are manipulating with people $200 a month. People losing their jobs and stuff. And they're making your home as if, they're designing and building your home as if nobody can't just break the glass on your door because your front door is nothing but glass. Imagine that. We're in the brink of some extinction type stuff, right? And they are actually building homes as if everything is hanky-dory. Like your home, you're living in California in a neighborhood where bombs and Skid Row and everybody come up and down the street. And you got a front glass door, no burglar bars or nothing. And they're building these homes when they know we on the edge. I'm not gonna say I'm on the edge. I could walk away from everything. Right now, I can abandon ship. And I could go somewhere else and start fresh and wouldn't care. Try me. Try me. So to see them building these nice homes, $500,000 and $600,000, like you're welcoming or you're inviting someone into your life. Don't get me wrong, I love plushed out, open windows, open light. I wish I could live somewhere where the door can just be a glass front door. But it's not like that. It's not like that. When you see that the people, your skin folk, which ain't your kinfolk, are more trigger happy against you than their own oppressor. The oppressor put a start with an A, ambassador. So the oppressor put ambassadors out there to regulate and control for the shadows. And in that process, your own kinfolk and stuff are more trigger happy for your skin tone than anything else. They ain't gonna sweat the gas station. They ain't gonna sweat the food people. They ain't gonna sweat the mortgage people. They ain't gonna sweat the banksters. They ain't gonna sweat nobody. But you seem more vulnerable to them. You seem more touchable. You seem more relatable. You seem like an easy challenge. It ain't no different. Like, it's a weak mentality. It's like, oh, you want to strike when a person turn their back. That mentality. That's what it is. The programmings actually work. The white Jesus, the white Madonna, the white Sophia, the white Guadalupe. It worked. The Father Time, which is white, it worked. The whitewashing actually worked. All I'm saying is you can mind your own business. And for some reason, whatever it is you like to do, it could be an alcohol or a wine you like. Soon as you like it, somebody buy all the stock and it's off the shelf. Know when the things that make you happy and joyous. I'm sure if my mother and my brother and them, and we was like this whole tight-knit family where we cherished each other and protected each other, the energy would use them as leverage. But since we don't celebrate holidays together, we don't celebrate birthdays together, they don't see no leverage. They don't see no, I could do this, and this person will risk it all to save this person. And we shall all perish separately. We were born here separately. We shall all perish separately. For real. It reminded me of that girl that won about 20, 30, 40, $50 million. And her boyfriend got cocky. and kept getting charges. And once the lawyers found out how much money she had, the bill kept going up and up and up. And they was actually causing her to have to spend the money. And she seen that it happened again and again. So she had to cut the boyfriend off. That's how much she just thought I could buy him out of this. But you can't buy a person out of something that's programmed, that the music, the industry, the lifestyle, the game is it. Imagine that. It's no different than a crackhead. They know that you work, you pay your bills and everything, but they're going to go in there and steal the couch and sell it. So when you get your tired ass home from work, you have nowhere to go. You can't even sleep in your living room. They done pawned your couch to the dope man down the street because you told this person you weren't going to get him no money. The programs, the addictions, the urges are real. That could be gambling, drugs, addictions, anything, pills, anything. And then don't get in that sunken place while you at it when you know what you're doing is wrong. So you start to attack yourself. Like, dog, I said I was going to save, but I blew it anyway. Dog, I said I was going to cut back on this, but I did it anyway. Then you get in that traumatic regret mode. Then now, not only your pleasure got ruined, but now you're in a loop of contradiction. Spirit said the eye of the beholder. Know the study, know the program. It's real. I'm on the space game. I'm back to back to back to back to back. I done ended up in a room with 2 white women and a black guy. And the black guy is sabotaging the table. This is partner game. So I'm partnering with the black guy and the 2 white. She 34%. She 56%. He 51%. His thing say all L's. And I'm 53%. And he's sabotaging the game with his partner so they can get credits. How cheap is that? Dude, you mean to tell me you can't go spend $20 and buy her $2 million worth of credits, and you can't spend $20 and give her $2 million worth of credits? And if they can't bring their rating up after that, like, how did that benefit them? And if you're going to sabotage the game, why you got the game lasting to 250 if you just trying to help them get some credits? Why not have the game be set to 100? It just ain't making sense. You probably don't follow me if you don't play spades. But I'm in a room with a guy. I'm his partner. It's 2 white women in the room. He sabotaged his partner, which is me, so they can win every round. And then he bought all of them $25,000 wedding dresses. So how broke are you to the point you just can't go buy them $10 worth of credits? You're going to lose. I'm going to lose. You're going to lose your rating. I'm going to lose my rating. How does that benefit you? I was like, listen, I went from a streak of 7 in a row to ending up in a room with shady people on an innocent card game. Then more shadiness and more shadiness. I told you, all of a sudden, I'm in the hole. But they're not piggybacking off me to get rid of them, the ones that are ahead. They keeping me in the hole. And imagine that, real life. You working, you living where you living, or you doing what you doing, and it's somebody who want to keep you in the hole. They don't want to take their foot off your neck. It's a strategic level of isolation. Like, oh, we see that you get a lot of praise and energy from kicking people ass strategically in spades. So we're going to turn the frequency up so everybody you play with turn against you. And I'm going to tell you, be very careful if I don't think of nothing else. Understand when they isolate you, it's no different than the vampires. So they get a lot of demons and vampires or whatever, angels or gods or devils, whatever you want to call it. They're all energies. They're all from source. So they work on you. They work on you, whether they get you to lose your job, lose your car, lose your mind, or loose feed off you, cipher your energy, your essence, right? Once they break you down to the point where you just done fully fledged gave up, then the big vampire come in. See, the big vampire don't want to fight with his food. The big vampire don't want to get scuffed up. See, if you go in there with all your energy, you're going to weaken the big vampire. So they use all they punks and do-boys to come scuff you up. All the street walkers and stuff. And they get you weak and vulnerable and terrified and traumatized to the point the big bad wolf that don't have a scratch on them or a scar can come in and you can be their cat and mouse pet. So understand isolation. Whatever you do, always do public things. Always go to parks, always go to restaurants, always go to malls. Get out, do things. Even if you don't trust your friends, your family, your coworkers, get out and do things. And yeah, they watching, they lurking, the energy is real. They can turn these people on and off whenever they want to. But do not let that vampire, don't let them break you down to that vampire could come in and just destroy you. That vampire can be God, the devil, demons, interdimensional beings, parasitic entities, parasitic energies, parasitic tetherings, nanoparticles, computer chips, frequencies, radio waves. Your isolation benefits you. But at the same time, don't get weakened. You don't think right now they wondering, how is she still here? She bled 4 years. We brought the most disturbing people in her space. She's still here. We built the whole city around her. A 5G tower cloaked as a tree, a Shira. Yes, look up a Shira, what a Shira mean. A liquor store, a morgue, a smart school with EMF waves, big. All you gotta do is walk out to the street. The school is emitting EMF waves over 50%. In the red. All you gotta do is walk out to the street and face the school. Junkies, bums, trash, litter. The other day, somebody placed a propane tank out in the middle of the street in front of my house. What did that symbolize? No difference when they set up that construction and marked my house off and left the construction up for 8 months and only was there a week. Then I moved all the cones. Then somebody came and laid more cones down. And when I moved them, no more cones came back. If you look up Good Deeds, she speaks about being in cities where they lay cones down and point them certain directions. So when the people come into your neighborhood, these watchers, these gang stalkers, these agents, they know what direction to hone in on. I remember we out there at the beach. These people set up a blanket, red like this, with the black square in the middle. Red, had a black border, red with a black square in the middle. They set up the blanket and walked away, never returned, never went to the water or nothing. That was so the eyes in the sky, whether that be an orb, a drone, a helicopter, an airplane, could see the target. These people, listen. And you may be thinking like, oh, the target gonna come from out the air or nothing. Oh no. The satellite or whatever they had to mark that area that I was in was for something to come up out the water. What it was is, if you spiritually ignite, or you conjure up the energy and you're in the favor of the planet and you conjure it up and it starts cycling through you and you become this galactic planetarian, which is if the planet chooses you, it chooses you. You just got to get with the program. You got to know what you're dealing with. But in the process, it was like, yeah, if the energy raises or an anomaly happen, keep the blanket there so we can send down a signal to try to dismantle it. A lot of people are intelligent, they're researching, but they don't understand frequency war. They don't understand nanoparticles. See, sometimes you see the white chemtrail, right? But what about the silver chemtrail? They got some chemtrails that are straight like metal particle, dark silver. I'm just trying to let you know. I got 5 bars. High signal right now, right? High signal. I'm planning to get, this has never happened before. I done drove all 48 lower states. And I have not seen no signal since the mountains in some back road thing. I'm in a major city with 5 bars, and I don't never have 5 bars. I'm playing spades, and the system is saying you have no connection, no internet connection. And all of a sudden I got no bars, no 4G, no nothing. Somebody shut down my phone twice. I've never seen it do this. Somebody shut my phone down twice. They found out that Me playing spades was healing, was engineering and remapping my brain. Listen, let's say you washing dishes, and then all of a sudden you can talk to God, you could talk to heavens, you could talk to the source. Let's say you driving. It doesn't take many functions to drive. It doesn't take many functions to drive. So once it becomes pleasant, there's a part of your brain that opens up to receive. So when that person flick a bird at you, or the traffic come to a dead stop with no wreck, no construction, no nothing, right? Now this lady could have started anywhere. She could have started anywhere. She could have started where the people be more active, you know. She wanted to come over here and drown out my video on a mop. This the least foot traffic right here. Well, anyway, when you do something you passionate about, let's say you hitting a piece of wood, it don't take much brain, much thought. So what happens is you're open. You're open, right? And there's a part of your source that allow you to hear, see, feel, vision. You're elevated because you're doing something, but that part of your psyche open up. Now, if you start hearing fire trucks, noise campaign, bells and whistles, people on mops, it's gonna change. It's gonna change your projection. You're not gonna be able to tap into that part of your psyche. And then this is how you know it's done on purpose. You driving, you in the zone, and you just start getting all these downloads. You start hearing other languages. You start hearing everything. You on so many bandwidths, you don't know what to do. You start taking little notes on a receipt. Now you ain't made a sale. You ain't made a sale, or your business ain't made a sale in a month. Soon as you start channeling the inner earthers or something, right? They come in and start blowing your phone up that they want to purchase something. So now you're trying to set up your space to do a tarot reading, and they never call you back. When you channeling stuff, turn your phone off. But when you turn your phone off, let's say you driving and you on a road where you ain't got to put too much thought or effort in it. Out the blue, a bird will hit your windshield. Hell will come out the sky. Big old golf ball ass hell. In the desert, where ain't a cloud in the sky, just all of a sudden a black cloud show up and hell come out the sky and lightning hit the ground. Listen, no matter how much you just want to mind your business and you're not here to save the world no more, you are a threat to parasitic entities, parallel universe entity, galactic federations, the Anunnaki. Not just this concept that they built for us with this device, which is a weapon, the cell phone. No. They just on the surface trying to tap in. They're not even with the gangsters on the higher dimensions that get mad every time you meditate. You vibrating in their 7th chamber. You vibrating in their 13th chamber. And they're like, dog, I thought we locked the phoenix up. I thought we locked that eagle up in parallel 9. What's going on down there on planet Earth? So then the parasites hone in on their ambassadors and start looking through their eyes to see why so many anomalies. Like, hey, we got the cell phone towers up. We got the poison in the air. We got the poison in the food. We got the poison in the water. We got the frequency jamming everybody. Why is this person able to close their eyes and be on the 13th chambers? See, then you become a test subject. Now they're trying to figure out what else can we safely put in the food, air, and water to make these people more docile. And sometimes just simple stress or trauma. Stress, trauma, fear can block your energy to the point that you're so timid, you're not up high on your high horse standing on your square. See, when they take you off your square, where you timid, anxious, you see red, you see black, you see a white coat, that's when they got you. When you start getting timid. When a tire pop on the highway and you think somebody broke in your house. Don't let them get you. I'm going to leave it there. By all means, you can check out my website, RevereSkye'sEssence.social. Again, that's RevereSkye'sEssence.social. The link will be in the description. I will be bringing more tarot readings soon, okay? Maybe during the holidays or something. When I'm cute or something. Being cute. Might get the nails done. I don't know. Just be careful. And don't let isolation become a poison. And give them hell. Do not break down. Give them hell. Let them know. Let them know you're a force to be reckoned with. Let them know you are the force. You feel me? Let them know you are the force. Let me tell you something. That vampire will send so many goons and goblins, fake Jesus, fake this, fake that, fake God, whatever, to break you down. And you will be so isolated to the point when this person show up and they give you a helping hand, they might help you for a year, 2 years, guide you in directions. But you're that fall guy in the end. That's the reason why they're breaking you down. So you won't see the stains on this person. So you won't smell the reek on this person. You'll just see a shining bright light in an illusion, a veil. Does that make sense? You can have so many men break you down to the point you'll run right to the actual enemy. You'll have so many karmic relationships, so many karmic friendships, so many karmic mothers, fathers, and family members, to the point you will run right in the trap of your enemy. You will rely on the enemy. It ain't no difference than what I said before. A guy breaking your house. The first person you call. No, I'll give you an example. So, you got guys you like, and you're not paying this guy no attention. But he know whenever you need some flat tire, oil change, you call him. The other guys don't pick up the ones that you truly like and love and desire. They don't pick up. So the one that you only run to on constructive business, bust your window out. You call them up first because you know the other ones ain't going to answer. Oh my God, can you come sleep with me? Can you help me put my window? That Nobody stole nothing or nothing. The window just broke. You ran right to the enemy. They learned you. They sought you out. They paid attention to you to the point they could predict you. Be mindful. I got 10 years of videos on YouTube, and I'm still not predictable. How much you want to bet? Try me. Why do you think they have to turn on the frequency on the people and take them away from their lives? Daddy don't know why he hurrying up and picking the girls up from school and dropping them off. Now he going down a road he don't know nothing about. Then all of a sudden, he been driving behind a semi truck for 30 minutes. Don't know why. Then finally, something snaps him back to reality. Or if not, if they got full control of him, he do something he ain't got no business doing. And then he go back to his family because he can't recall it, don't remember it, won't lose no sleep at night. And he go back to what he was doing. They can remotely control human bodies. I remember 10 years ago, I was headed to Venice Beach, and I was telling somebody on the phone, why does it feel like my leg wants to get off the brake? Now, I was exercising, going to the gym, working out every day, but my foot was on the brake, but it felt like my mind was telling it to take the foot off the brake. And now let me tell you something else. California have a thing where everybody pull up from every direction, get out their car, start busting in the air. Yay, yay, pow, 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 da, da, da. And people start doing donuts in the middle of the road. Like they block the traffic off. You don't know what's going on. And then you'll see people running from behind you on both sides, getting out. Yay, 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 pow, pow, pow. Now, how you get caught up in that? That's how much they can control you. They don't even use handlers no more. They got AI doing it now. AI sending out the signal. AI is predicting your program. And then, if you could still tap into certain stuff, then you have wizards and warlocks and channelers that continue to govern you, manipulate you, try to keep you on a course. That's why I say every now and then, just stop, spin around in a circle about 3 times, then start walking. Because the timeline they want you on is now it's going to be off 3 seconds. You're usually in the shower 5 minutes. Maybe sometimes you should stay in the shower 20 minutes. That's what the algorithms are for, predictive programming. They send propaganda and subliminal messages to you so much to the point, like right now, they turned my phone off twice. I'm in a 5G, 5-bar network area. There's no reason to lose signal. And I might not even upload this video. It doesn't benefit me to upload videos to YouTube. I do not benefit financially, spiritually, nothing. I do not benefit from uploading videos to social media. All the videos I upload to social media only help them figure out how to suppress us more. Well, we say they're 3 years ahead of us, 300 years ahead of us, 10 years ahead of us. The more videos you upload, the more you show your powers, the more they try to suppress you. It's real business out here. And think about the pandemic and all the people with the Jabberwocky. Think about it. Think about all the people with the pop quiz. They got them on a radio wave frequency you don't want nan day of. All I'm going to say is be careful, be mindful, be vigilant. Because you could be minding your own business. You're not trying to be Captain Save a Hole. You ain't trying to save nobody. And they would just turn frequency on and let you know you can't run, you can't hide. But they don't understand. We're not trying to run. We're not trying to hide. We're just staying out the way. You know how you say only the strong survive? I'm part of the ancestors that you couldn't kill. I'm part of a lineage that you couldn't kill. Everybody's readable, but everybody's not rewritable. Yeah, that part, that flagship. See, when you have dreams of redacted paperwork that your family give you, you're more powerful than you know. You are more powerful than you know. Your bloodline, your lineage can have redacted paperwork on a cosmic level, on this earthly plane, this planet, Terra, Gaia, whatever you want to call it. I don't know why spirits say Ethereum. I know that's like a Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency, but why would my spirit call the planet Ethereum? It is ether-based. That's interesting. Ethereum. I'm going to leave it there. Again, RevereSkye'sEssence.social. I don't mean to abandon y'all, but I'm to the point now, if it's getting down to me being on a game and being targeted on a game, like people just literally come in to sabotage and destroy, so you could be mad at them for 30 minutes because you're actually winning to the point you're reprogramming your brain. So the program they was on, they can't tap into that no more because you've wired something in your mind. And what they were able to decrypt, they're not able to decrypt no more because you got other things fusing together. You got other DNA channels fusing together. Think about it. Think about you doing something. Let's say you rowing a boat, and you learn how to move with the wind and the waves, and then finally you tap into something. They want to stop that programming. So if I'm strategically, that's like when I shoot pool. I go into aviation. Shooting pool is like aviation. There's a target. There's an angle. And you have to know how to navigate the back of the stick, the front of the stick, the weight of the stick, the point on the ball, to the point of that ball, to the projection of the hole. And imagine if you do that every day, how you will rewire your brain. You're right-handed brushing your teeth, but now you start brushing your teeth with your left hand. They do not want you overriding their program. Say it again, Revere Sky. They do not want you overriding their program. So there we have it. Until next time, unearth the magic. The truth will definitely set you free.